What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. So today I've got something special. If you notice, this video is dropping in between my normal drops. So this is something that I am going to start trying to do from time to time. Just anytime I have a knife that that I want to have instant attention on, or if there's a special video or whatever, I am just going to throw it in with the other videos. I'm not going to interrupt my every other day video flow. This will just come in between those. So this should be dropping, you guys should be seeing this Friday morning. I will get this uploaded as soon as I get it shot, but everything, anyway, today we are taking a look at, of course, the Devo Knives Dark Mode Tallboy. This is a knife that I was extremely excited about, so huge thank you to Lefty and to Blade Binge for letting me get access to this ahead of time. So full disclosure, I did pay for this. This was not sent to me for review. This is not, paid. None of that bullshit. This was, like I said, this is my knife. So Devo stuff, you get your stickers. This one does, you always have a special sticker. The Kubi manufactured knives, OEM knives, come in this style box with a little microfiber inside of them. You always get a Devo microfiber. He's got 3 different colors: blue, red, and white. Red, white, and blue, if you want to say it the right way. Anyway, let's get the knife out of the way. Get the box out of the way and get the knife in here. So the lighting is not going to do this thing justice. You guys need to check out my Instagram, Lefty's Instagram, anybody else's that's doing pictures and videos of this, and some better lighting that will help out. Let's see if I can help a little bit. All right, here we go. We'll bring a little more light into this situation. Let's see. Yeah, that light looks best. Anyway, so this is the Devo Tallboy. Again, this is the Blade Binge exclusive. This is the dark mode. You get the Brittany blue or the teal camo carbon, and then the coated blade S90V. A little bit, just get all the specs and junk out of the way before we jump into the knife fully. So you are looking at a 3.5-inch hollow ground S90V blade, 8 inches overall. Now there are 5 different variants of this knife, 4 of which are camo carbon and 1 is titanium. We'll go through those here in a little bit. The S90 is done at 60 to 62. It's a vacuum heat treat with cryo, and the sample that they sent in was done at 62. So it has, they have samples of it testing on the higher end, which the S90V that Devo gets are typically knocking it out of the park. So that's never really an issue. Your carbon fiber version is 3.1 ounces, and the titanium version is 4.3. Now, the only version that does not have the milling pattern is this one, so you'll notice that there is none of the circle milling that runs through it. So this is the only version that does not have that. All the other versions, including the titanium one, have a milling pattern throughout the handle. So again, you got 5 versions. You got the Brittany blue, that's Blade Binge exclusive. You got the 80s camo carbon, that is for traditional pocket knives. And then you have the titanium version that's going for white mountain knives. The 2 versions that will be on Devo's website are the Jack Sparrow, which is the black pearl camo carbon, and then the purple nurple, which is his kind of take on the purple camo carbon. It is a specialized camo carbon that he had them take out certain colors of, so it's just the purple and black. Really killer looking knife. And then the 80s camo carbon one, I believe, is the only one that has a polished clip as well. It looks polished anyway. So really cool stuff. All of these drop at 1 p.m. Eastern on the 12th. So, whichever version you want, check your whatever website that you're wanting it on, and that's where you're going to grab that. So you guys know that I am a huge fan of the worn foot, sheep cliff, whatever you want to call it, reverse tonto. Everybody calls it something else, but this knife is done incredibly well. This knife will be featured in a coming video about some, I'm going to call it nearly perfect knives. So that video will be coming out very soon. That'll be another one of those special videos that just gets dropped randomly in between my normal uploads. So be on the lookout for that. But this knife will be featured in that because I really can't find much of anything, if anything, wrong with this knife. let's go ahead and jump into it. Oh, I didn't talk about the price. The price is $200, so $199. And of course, with all of the different retailers, you can use your favorite YouTuber's code to save 10%. At this time, at the time of filming this, I have no codes, so use your favorite YouTuber's code. If I have a code, it'll be listed down below, or I will put it across the screen right here. But let's take a look at this camo carbon. These guys are doing a fantastic job. Just absolutely gorgeous camo carbon. And I've been told that you can hit it with a little bit of UV and make it really glow, but it didn't really work too well for me. But you can, let's see, let's get some. There we go, kind of get some decent light on it. Just to really kind of see how that reflects the light differently as it rolls around. Even the teal parts reflect differently. Just really interesting how they how this camo carbon looks under different lights. When I'm doing the videos on it, I am or doing the pictures of it. You know, just trying different angles, different camera angles, things like that, just to get the right look. Hardware, super flush T8 hardware all the way around. You do have the wire type clip opening here, but you'll see on this side we do not have a wire clip. This is phenomenal. Absolutely love seeing that. That's probably one of my favorite clips from Devo so far. Just a fantastically done clip. Carried this thing yesterday, carried it today, and absolutely loving it. You have a faux bolster lock look kind of thing going on here, and just a really cool design feature. Now the thumb stud, I have been asked about the thumb stud, so I'm going to try to get it to focus here on in the thumb stud. So you can see it is open. Excuse all the junk in there from when I was at work yesterday. There is like a lip that it sits in, but it is open, so it wouldn't be just a plain hole. There we go. So it wouldn't just be a plain hole. It would be a kind of another slot there. So you potentially can remove that thumb stud and still look fine. Perfectly centered, dead nut centered, as we'll say. And then you have the black washed blade, really great jimping on the forward there, and then also on the back of the blade. Nice blade window. And this is where, you know, it's like, you know, that nearly perfect. So the plunge grind is a little slow on this. Not saying that there's a bad plunge grind, just saying that it's a little late. So your blade thickness goes up pretty quickly here. So as you're sharpening down through there, you are going to have a little more of a little more heel on the blade. But again, not really a big issue on S90 because it's not a steel that you're going to have to sharpen extremely often anyway. Grind looks phenomenal. Tip looks to be good. Taking a look here, your lock bar access is fantastic. Lock bar is done really well. I call it an inset liner lock. It's technically not. I can't remember what they call this, but it is a type of liner lock that I really like. Like I said, and you have a really great profile with this knife. Now, like I said, the action is phenomenal. Now, it was great right out of the box, but it has gotten better with my fidgeting with it. Cannot wait to get a set of skiffs for it. So I have some skiffs, but none of mine are the right pivot diameter. So I don't know how that happened, but you know, it is what it is. Ergonomically, there's nothing you can say about this knife that's not great. It fits the hand really well. It's the right size. You know, it's, even though it is a you know, on the larger end, you know, that 3 to 3.5 inch. This is a 3.5 inch knife. It doesn't feel like an overly large knife. The jimping again is done incredibly well. It just locks you in as soon as you grab a hold of the knife. You're locked in right there. The choke up point, again, this is an amazing design, or a really great design feature here. So this is such a smooth transition and just executed extremely well by Kubi. You're looking at your transition here. It's just done so well, and that you're not wanting to ride your hand up here to where you're having danger of being on that blade. When you choke up with this knife, it's almost like it's a trigger pull grip where you're just rocking right there, and it just locks you in, and it's super, super comfortable. You have zero hot spot there. It's just, again, it's just done so incredibly well that when you do need to choke up and get that power, you're having a ton of power to go through and to do any sort of power cuts. Left-handed, if you do carry it left hand, again, no issues there. The lock bar, you would think, because there's so much of a difference there, you would think there might be kind of a weird feeling, but because it allows your finger to wrap around, and it just, again, it's kind of hard to explain, but once you get one in hand, you'll understand it. It just really works extremely well. Pocket clip disappears. Again, just absolutely no issues at all with this knife. Sounds amazing. Just, there we go. You get that thwack. Thumb stud action's really good. I mean, just tuned well. Detent's perfect. You can reverse flick off the thumb studs. You can reverse flick off the hole. I mean, I don't know why you would, but you can thumb flick with the hole instead of the thumb stud. You can remove the thumb studs if you want to. Just... Alright guys, I did forget to do the usual checks here. So we are going to do a hardware check. So again, all T8 hardware. Everything is phenomenal so far. Absolutely zero play or wiggle on any of these T8s. Yeah, everything looks good there. And I am just going to use my notes. And as if there was any question, hollow ground S90 from Kubi. It's ridiculously sharp. Yeah, I don't know. There's really not a whole lot more to say about it. Just a phenomenal knife. I'm going to go ahead and blast the other versions of this on the screen right now. Alright guys, well that is all I've got for you. Again, check the description down below. If I do have a code for any of these retailers, I will list that down below. Outside of that, I really appreciate each and every one of you. As always, please remember, be kind, be humble, and be EDC. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.